Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I want to talk about the 4th of July. I'm going to start calling it the Farce of July. There's a great fireworks show here, display here in Mayberry on the 4th of July. I watched. There's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people there watching the fireworks. But then I got to thinking, as I usually do, these people are all fooled. They're all fooled. Now, when I was growing up, I remember when I wanted to do something and somebody told me to stop or not do it, I'd yell back, "It's a free country." Maybe you did, and I don't know if kids still do that or not, but I remember hearing it not too long ago. Some little kid said, "It's a free country." Thing is, as a child, I never questioned whether or not it was a free country. I heard it. I guess maybe I was taught it. I believed it. But I never questioned it. I never asked, is it truly a free country? How about you? Did you ask that? Because see, then what happens is, as you get older and more educated, you go to school and they tell you, then you learn about rules, laws, and regulations. You have to follow them, otherwise they put you in jail. Of course, I grew up through the 60s. I graduated from high school in '74. So I can remember in junior high and high school some of the hippies and wanting to smoke dope and all that kind of stuff. I didn't participate in it. I was too busy playing sports, staying out of trouble that way. But, you know, they were fighting the man. They were saying things like, well, why can't I? I thought this was a free country. Who are you to tell me I can't? And you saw what happened at Kent State, or maybe you read about it. I don't know, I think that's kind of gotten whitewashed. I wonder if they put that in history books. And of course, Vietnam, the protests there. Why were we even there in the first place? What were we fighting for? Then they questioned it. And when our troops came back home, many of them weren't treated so nicely. The question remains, it's a free country. And the real question is what is meant by free? I mean, some people don't understand me. They take me the wrong way. They think I just think everybody should be able to go out and do whatever they want and shoot people, kill people, rape people. No, it's not like that. I mean, of course there should be laws. Could be laws. But I think there's laws that almost everyone would agree upon, like don't steal. Simple. Don't steal. If you steal, there's consequences. Doesn't matter how you stole. If you steal, there should be consequences. I mean, it's funny when, you know, guys can defraud, you know, thousands of people out of millions and billions of dollars, and they get a slap on the wrist, whereas the guy that holds up a 7-Eleven or corner market can do hard time for years. I mean, there's just something wrong with that picture. You know it, I know it, but nothing gets done about it. But back to free. What is free? I don't think this country evolved the way the forefathers thought about it. Not at all. And if you read George Orwell's 1984, which it's funny, I read where after this Snowden incident, that the book sales have gone up 5,000% for George Orwell's 1984. Guess people are more interested in it. Point being is in the book, as he said, free is whatever we say free is, to paraphrase. So if the government says you live in a free country, then you live in a free country, even though there's so many rules. My good friend Ralph pointed out to me, he read something where he said I guess on average, most Americans commit about 3 felonies a day, but they're not even aware they're committing the felonies. I said, because we got so many laws on the books. I mean, everywhere you go, there's just laws and ordinances and rules and regulations. You want to build something, you got to get a permit. If somebody wants you to build something, well, they have to be licensed. I mean, it just doesn't stop. It's not where does it end, it doesn't end. It's just continues. It's like this cancer. It's just virus of laws is just spread all throughout this country. Solution? I think the only solution is that we have to, as a country, just decide not to re-elect anybody for like the next 2 decades, unless we actually get the government we want. It's like we send them to Congress, you can't pass about a balanced budget, that's it, you're gone. Simple. You had your chance, you failed, you're out of here. I mean, that's how we could take back this country. They talk about the 99%, we are the 99%. Well, then get out there and vote. I mean, here in Mayberry, last election, I think I told you in another video, only 27% of people voted. I mean, what's the point of our men and women in our armed forces flying abroad, going abroad, risking life and limb, coming back in body bags, supposedly protecting our freedoms, if the people here at home don't even get off their butts and go vote? What's the point? Do you see it? Is the light bulb going off? Is the image getting clear? Are things coming into focus yet? It's a farce. It's a farce. Farce of July. Certain places you can't even buy fireworks and light them off. It's against the law. But I thought we were supposed to be celebrating a free country. In fact, I saw a cartoon on Facebook. It's really good. In fact, I should find it again and download it and make sure I got it on my computer. His grandson's holding his granddad's hand and he's saying, "Grandpa, why are there fireworks on the 4th of July?" Grandpa is looking at the grandson and says, "Because we're celebrating the fact that we were once a free country." See, it's only funny because it's true. If it was no truth to that, it wouldn't be funny. But it's not ha-ha funny, it's sad funny. It's because we've gone down the tubes, down the toilet, just flushed this country away. My good friend Ralph, talking to him, and he said he quit being a Boy Scout leader. Why? Because now he said, you know, you can have gays in the Boy Scouts. Now he's not anti-gay, but he said, here's the thing. Why were there Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts? He says, we were talking kids between 12 and 18. Well, what happens to a kid's body between the ages of 12 or 18? Some things kick in, they go through puberty, and they start looking at other boys or girls their age to touch. And you know what I'm talking about. So he says basically now you could have these boys in a tent and maybe something could happen. He thought he didn't want any part of it, so he quit. Something to think about. How in this country we've just turned everything upside down. inside out, backwards. We're not moving forward, moving backwards. I mean, take a look around. I mean, just take a good look around where you live and at the people. If you look at the statistics, 2 out of 3 Americans are overweight or obese. You got 1 out of 3 Americans on some form of assistance, government assistance, if not more. You only got 1/3 of Americans working. The workforce is at its lowest levels, I forget since when. For a long time. It's the farce of July. Why are people gathered around to watch fireworks? What are they really celebrating? You think about it. Oh, I mean, hey, I got nothing to complain about. Really? No. I got my place here, garden, you can do things, you can hear the noise, my wind chimes, the wind. Maybe I think there's some logging going, but I mean, relatively peaceful, quiet. For the most part, nobody comes up here to bother me. And nothing. What do I got to complain about? I just sit back and be happy, right? Why should I care about what goes on outside of this? I mean, really? Why should I be angry or up in arms over the fact that the government might be spying on me? Why should I care? If I'm not doing anything wrong, so why should I care? Or that maybe they could come in and take something from me. Or that for every dollar I make, they want to take 33 or more cents out of it. Just because they're the government. Why should I care about that? Why should I complain that maybe this year it's 33 and next year it's 34% and the year after it's 35? Why? Why complain? I should be happy. I live in a free country. Wave the flag, right? Meanwhile, they pass laws like Obamacare that I don't want, but because they passed the law and they've got bigger guns, more ammo than I do, they're going to enforce it. I mean, the question is, am I willing to die fighting for my freedom, or would I rather just live with their boot pressing my head down? I mean, it's just that each person has to answer for themselves. I can't tell you what to do. I can only decide what I'm going to do. But no matter what, one thing that we all need to do on this farce of July and every day is wake up and smell the tyranny.